shot glass.
Okay,
It's
so
a
we'll
shot
start
glass.
the pre-show here. As we pour the Dr. Pepper.
Do we have any concept of thing to talk about? Because I wasn't told until last night. And
Yeah, Isaac has some
here.
stuff. I have some stuff. Harrison can probably come up with something.
on the
That's think
spot.
hard enough.
Oh, no, not the
No,
foam!
it's gonna work.
Drink the foam!
Just trust the foam.
You
Must
can
trust the foam.
you can never trust the... Yeah, I still have some more money.
I've
If
never-
we run
okay,
out of
For the
juice.
record,
Yeah,
I've never
I
had
really wanna
You can have some
single
more
sip
first.
of Dr. Pepper in my life, so this is gonna be
It's gonna taste like cherry cola. It's gonna be a
I've
little
never
bitter.
had cherry cola.
Never
well-
had Dr. Pepper.
Cherry cola, it just tastes like
I
Dr. Pepper.
just have to say something right now. You've never had Dr. Pepper. You're about to have your mind blown.
You're not chewing up on the outer spectrum. You have
You're
to
about to have your mind blown.
Do we want to like squeeze
move
in
this.
more?
Move this
And the cable's
forward.
going farther. Look, the cable's sort of looped there. We can probably make it go a bit longer.
No, but the thing is, then if it goes over here, then it's not gonna pick up me.
Well, if you slide over this way, that could probably help Avery. If we squish together, because we're
Yeah.
totally
Come
not homophobic.
together right now.
So the dance, the dance department at my school is they're doing their show right now, and their theme this year is the Beatles. So all their songs are Beatles songs that they're dancing to,
Okay.
but only very few of them are actual Beatles songs. A lot of them are just like covers of Beatles songs.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I'm seeing that show tonight. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun, but arguably not as fun as the Beatles songs that we went to see at that concert.
Actually, I thought about that recently. You know how you were thinking of doing that, like reenact.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
we went. Okay,
This is
we went
this
to
is
a-
history. This is history.
We went to
I'm gonna drink Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
We went to a show where they're doing a bunch of Beatles covers.
Not bad.
And
That
at
actually tastes really
intermission,
good.
Avery and I decided that we're gonna sing a few just because we love the Beatles. And this woman's sitting in front of
Oh
us.
my
during
God.
Okay, guys,
intermission.
quiet. Isaac's gonna tell a story. Stuff from the beginning. Jeez, this is history in the making. What's wrong? I'm gonna get a bowl for these. Be patient,
Being
you
recorded
glutton.
now?
Yeah, we're just recording a little bit of a pre-show.
Oh,
Just a
okay.
pre-show.
It's like a
you can put the cap on for that.
Okay.
It's just.
It's a bit of a warm-up. No, so we're at this Beatles tribute show, and at intermission, we decided like we're gonna sing a few Beatles songs just like to ourselves because we like the Beatles. So we sing just a little bit, and the woman in front of us during intermission tells us to be quiet. We're just like, we're going to because we're respectful people, but this is intermission right now at a Beatles tribute show. I think we're allowed to sing the Beatles.
Anyway, so the good point of this story comes in when in the after party, we are there, and I see this woman again, and Isaac has to physically hold me back from like, you wench, you got us to stop singing during intermission.
Because that's totally what you sound like every day, all day.
Yeah.
Every day, all day, YOLO. Swag. Hashtag.
So
Fake
let's
hashtag.
put down some topics.
Oh, okay.
You forgot to mention the funnier part about all that.
Well, we'll get to that maybe when they see the thing. There's gotta be some surprise for it. Otherwise, if there's no surprise, then there's no surprise, there's no prize.
Here. Topics should be Dr. Pepper, Sun Chips, Cups, Nintendo DS, headphones.
Here's this thing. Oh, yeah.
And we are officially going.
Hello, everybody.
I just
Welcome back to the Supreme Awesome Show podcast, Knights of the Round Table, where we, much like the Holy Roman Empire, are neither holy nor Roman. This is not knight, and it is not a round table.
And it's not an empire either.
It's not an empire. Neither of us. So,
It's
Why
funny
did you guys
because
tell them that?
it's funny
because they
we-
found out in the picture, the last one, that Isaac didn't Photoshop out the background. He
Also,
couldn't-
because
No.
Tim said that.
Tim's like, it's not day, and
No.
table isn't round. What is wrong with this? So
It's not
obviously,
day or it's not night.
it's not night.
It's not night.
Better.
Okay, so we'll introduce each other, or introduce
Well,
each other.
of course you know Blackthorn.
Of course, you know me. Okay, I'm I'm Blackthorn 4. Hello. This is.
Casper Grimshaw or Eclipse Trooper or whatever.
Why do you call yourself that? No one calls you that. That's my username that I gave to you.
We ended up both using that, and I sort of kept
I
using
came
it.
up with that because that was a cool name.
I
Eclipse
kept using.
Trooper.
Didn't we just determine last time that we were just gonna use our first names?
I don't really care.
Avery, Dylan, Harrison, Jude,
No, you gotta let
Isaac.
You said.
well,
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it's
not
let
like
everybody
your name.
introduce themselves.
Well,
Or what
Harrison?
names they go by?
Okay, yes.
I'm Isaac.
I'm Jude.
Hello, and we today are all here to talk about
ridiculous things
This
again.
is Ridiculous Things Anonymous. We all have a problem. Okay. Hello.
We're no longer anonymous.
Remember last?
They don't know my last
Hello,
name.
my name is Avery,
No
and
one
I
knows.
have a problem.
It's funny.
Hi, Avery.
I just remember from last week, whenever Isaac made a joke, Tim and I would start freaking out. When you made a joke, you're like, yeah.
That won't happen this time. Everybody knows I'm the most popular. Okay.
Alright.
So
Actually, Jude's the most popular person here.
Popular, yeah.
no, he's the tallest.
I'm the tallest.
Yeah, I'm like 6'2", and
Yeah,
Jude
I'm
is
6'5".
He scares me. I feel short next to this guy. That doesn't happen normally. It scares me.
Wait.
Dylan has a power problem. He's
Napoleonic
psychological.
syndrome.
Yeah, Napoleonic.
So
syndrome.
let's get started with our topics. The first one that Avery brought up was virtual reality.
Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, as Isaac said, I recently saw this thing called you know what? I always look towards the camera. See,
There's no camera.
What,
What-
camera?
what camera?
what camera? This is an audio podcast. Okay, so I recently saw this video. I was going on like the Minecraft wiki, and I found there was this like patch on the forums that was saying the Oculus, which is a thing for Minecraft, an Oculus patch for Minecraft. And what was so cool about it is that there's this whole video. I'll link this in the thing, of course.
Description.
In the description, in the video,
In the doobly doo.
in the. I'm good at annotations now. All the annotations on our channel.
Annotation.
Annotations.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna call my mom on my cell phone.
It's actually Mom.
So, call your mom, everybody. Okay. So it's basically this new virtual reality control that everybody's endorsing. Valve. I don't know, just a whole bunch of people.
We have people who can come to 2. Yay!
What?
Thank you. Okay, that's the Valve joke, Harrison. You won't get that.
No.
You're not big in
No.
gaming. Harrison is. Anyways.
Harrison
Is that all you're gonna say?
Harrison is blank. We'll leave it at that for now. Continuing.
It's Mad Libs.
Fill in the blank.
Wow.
Mad Libs.
Really?
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, so there's this patch, and this guy just did this video, and he kept describing. Now it's hard to see because you don't really have the Oculus, but he recorded it, and he was going in this huge cavern. And the thing with this Oculus is that you put it on your head, and it gives you a much wider range of view than other virtual reality visors. So others usually give you a degrees about 40 degrees from your eyes, so you kind of always feel like you're not looking around. This one has like 107, so you actually have peripheral vision in this virtual reality, meaning that you can't see where the screen ends. Like, it legitimately looks like you're in the game. And he said it puts the size of Minecraft into perspective, right? Usually when we're playing Minecraft and you build big things, it kind of looks big, but with fog or stuff, it never really looks too big because you're not really seeing it from a true first-person view. But if you actually go in there with the virtual reality, everything looks huge, like you're really in there. And so
Man, these music cubes
Like,
are so big.
they've already
Shrooms.
they've already released an official patch for TF2. So if you ever get the Oculus, you can play TF2 with the
Done.
Oculus.
Go.
How much did the Oculus cost?
It's pre-ordered right now. I'm not sure. You can buy
What?
dev
You mean
kits.
It's actually a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing that they're selling. Yeah,
Jude's face is like lit up.
yeah. See, I'm really hoping a lot of developers pick this up because it's basically right now they're pre-ordering dev kits, which you can kind of code to your game specifically, sell the patch online, basically say, hey guys, now you can play this game with it, and so on and so forth.
How would you use
I'd
it? Would
say-
you like wear
Our
it in a
glasses are half the
large
size
room
of
or
yours,
something?
so
It's true.
You know
But
what?
Unless we fill it up.
Napoleonic disorder. Just like I said, half the size. You feeling too small, Dylan? Hmm?
actually no, my glass is feeling too small today.
But then with the same amount of Dr. Pepper, we know that his is more than half full. It's not half empty.
Actually, his
That's
glass is just twice.
pessimistic.
His
no,
glass
it's just more optimistic. Gus is optimistic. With the same amount of Coke, I would be more empty.
See, no. The way to be rationalistic though is that Harrison's glass is twice as big as it needs to be.
It won't be twice as large as it needs to
Okay,
be if I
bro,
get more
Okay,
Dr. Pepper.
back to the audio spike.
It is now no longer twice as large as it needs to be because it has more.
Why are
Dr.
we
Pepper
talking
in it.
about this?
See, this is what
It's
happens
like-
when Harrison is in the
Tangent.
podcast.
Come on!
It's like
Tangent.
It's
Signpost 10.
cool.
Signpost 10. Okay.
Oh.
So virtual reality. Anyway, so there's that thing called the Oculus. Anyways, that's just really cool. It's been released, and I'm really looking forward to a lot of it because I was thinking, imagine what you can get to if someday in the near future when gaming comes to be a full virtual reality experience, right? Where you're actually took into the game, you can move. Actions are completely controlled by at least your thought or your muscle movements.
What if you run into something?
No, it would be on. Usually, actually, a lot of these when you see prototypes are on treadmills or on basically types of treadmills. So as you walk, you're actually walking, but it moves as you move.
What if you receive pain in the game?
Well, you might
get
have
struck with a sword.
it'd be like the Nintendo
Or you get
Rumble
shot.
Pack or whatever, probably.
What if you need to climb up? Like if you're climbing up a block, does the treadmill
You go,
like go up?
No, it'd probably
You
be more
just
like a
make-
jump. I don't know. Look, anyways, it's just interesting what you can get into with the ideas there,
It
or
would be a lot more of a workout.
yeah. I don't know. I just think that'd be really cool.
Right now.
Anyways, so
Out of curiosity, do you any of you would the games and videos and books how the virtual reality gets so extensive to the point where you actually are put in the game? Would
Yeah.
you want to have a Minecraft eventually get to that far?
yeah, like you feel like
Like you like
I have to survive. I'm getting hungry.
yeah, you actually play Minecraft. You're inside the game completely. You don't feel any of you're not wearing gloves. It's almost like your brain is inside the game.
It just replaces your sensory input feeds
Yeah.
from your
Yeah.
spinal cord.
Which you could do that
So
because
it would involve rewiring your spinal cord, which would be dangerous.
it would be dangerous. But they've done there's actually quite a lot they've been doing in a lot of it. No sense. If you watch a lot, there's a lot of videos on YouTube.
What
about
happens with time in that situation? Does time
Time's
stay the
normal.
same in the game?
Well, your brain
Like,
perceives time, right? That's kind of how it works. In fact, our brains are naturally made to slow down stuff. I'm pretty sure our senses actually perceive stuff slightly faster, and our perception time is actually slowed down by our brain. If I'm not mistaken, I remember reading that somewhere. Anyways,
Okay.
I'm just saying, we're basically just saying what would happen if you have a camera, because cameras can see stuff in higher,
You gotta remember.
Frame rate?
Remember,
frame
there's
rate than us. So what would
just remember there's a mic you have to talk to, not just Harrison.
right?
Try and
Okay.
control your-
Because you're talking like this.
I'm
'cause the
talking
mic
like
can only
this.
Hear me when I'm
Everyone-
talking
everyone
like
wants
this,
to hear
so
me
that's
now.
Isaac.
Okay. Anyway, so there's that, and then also, which I recently saw, just a YouTube series, which is also it's called Tome. I just recently got into it. It's by this animator, and it's basically this flash animation series about the terrain of magical expertise, where it's basically this virtual reality where you go in and you make a super customizable character. You can scan a drawing of what it wants, and if it can be approved by admins and made to 3D model. And it's a completely comprehensive world where you're totally in it, but it's like a fighting game where you choose classes and races and all that stuff. So it's like a fun idea. But the main part of the story, though, is that one person gets this actual power, which is saying the pain thing, is that to cause actual pain to people. Usually, if you lose in a battle, you just, oh no, I lost. Right? That's
No,
it.
no. If you lose in TF2, you rage, you yell, and you complain at Daryl.
Yeah.
Or Daryl goes, "What the? I can't, how could that actually? Oh my god!"
If it's just sensory input, it may cause pain, may experience pain, but I don't think it would actually damage your body physically. That would require.
No. But it basically
It would-
causes pain. No, I didn't say physical damage, but it causes pain.
Causes pain.
So that's
would-
the kind of big thing going on with this.
It would be to me that when you say that, it creates the idea of my head of simulating pain to your brain, and that it's
well, there's pain centers and there's pleasure centers
Yeah.
in your brain. You could literally, if you had your brain hardwired up in some theoretical neurological machine, I don't know, and it was completely rewired your spinal cord and your brain sensory inputs,
Yeah.
you could eventually, every time you get hit, pain center would not be pleasurable.
yeah.
Unless you have the
You
pleasure
could do that.
center excited.
You could
but-
also have your pleasure center excited artificially if you're doing stuff like that in the game.
Or your taste sensor. It's like eating a hot dog.
Exactly.
Totally eating a hot dog right
You
now.
just completely replace your spinal cord with a complete sensory input and output feed. So
Yeah.
your sensory
Now,
outputs would go straight
The,
to the game.
the only thing I can see from this is a bad sci-fi movie where it's
But I don't think that would.
you start being corrupted by games and you're stuck inside the game or whatever.
I wouldn't say stuck inside, but I think it's an interesting idea, having a virtual reality kind of go that far. Many books explore it, and one I read in grade 6 is like that. Dog.
Bye, dog.
Actually, don't let him go outside. Bodhi!
Forever immortalized.
He was immortalized last time. Is that loud dog is ruining their podcast. Why don't you sit down, huh? Sit down, like a real dog.
Oh no. Not by me, not by
Thank you. What a
Just
faithful
sit on
dog. He's at my
Harrison.
side now. No, sit
Oh,
down.
that
Don't
means
run
you're
away
gonna
again. Jeez.
Do you want to
Thank
touch
you.
the mouse, make sure we're still going?
Oh, don't worry. It's still going.
I just
See?
want to. I'm just.
Ta-da!
You just see it's completely stop. It's
Okay.
it just doesn't work anymore.
So, Anyways, that's just what I wanted to say about virtual. Any thoughts on like what like would you feel that kind of ethical as well? Like to have a world like would that be?
I want to see Minecraft be something like that personally, just because I can imagine it being like, whoa, that is cool.
I think there'd be some really amazing games that would be.
We can start actually farming.
Yeah.
There would be some amazing games in if virtual like with a more accessible virtual reality.
Which the Oculus is aiming to do.
Yes.
Because it's affordable.
Or they're trying to make it affordable.
Yeah.
So if this becomes popular, if developers start using this a lot more, it would be amazing. Like there are still games I think like in the past that have been released that would be amazing if they like did like adaptations for this. Like Mirror's Edge.
Oh my god, yes! Yes! That would be amazing. That was a huge audio spike.
Okay, you gotta stop saying audio spike. That was totally last episode. Why are you so old, Dylan?
In my day,
Everybody came still in.
Anyway,
Everybody hates Tony.
Oh,
what?
Chris.
Well, that was the original show, but
You just got told! Okay.
putting inside jokes into public podcasts aren't gonna work.
Once again, I think we
Yeah.
discussed that last episode. I think we did.
Tony?
No, not Tony. Inside joke.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
I
got-
discussed Tony one time though.
Inside jokes will never work.
You know what?
on
I'm gonna.
podcasts.
I think I have the picture of Tony on my iPod. I will put that up
You have the
briefly.
picture of him in spandex?
Yes. Of
No, don't put it up.
No.
That,
No.
that could
Respect
be...
his privacy.
Yeah, don't
right
do that.
now.
Or
Just
if you
do
do it, at
in
least
a
ask
frame.
him.
Just do it in like one
Yeah,
frame.
one of those like Ray William Johnson, find the hidden picture in one
Yeah.
frame of this video.
Subliminal
Yeah.
messaging?
Yeah.
To wake up with nightmares years later.
Where's spandex?
Um,
You don't blame me for tangents.
there are some amazing
Anyways.
games that, like, if developers used this to its potential, I'm not saying like manipulate your brain in any way, try to have sensors going on and off, but just so you could look around and feel like you're actually in there without any of the consequences of actually being there, it'd be amazing.
Man, no, see, that would be good. I mean, I'm sure that's what we'll get in at least our lifetime, because with the Oculus and stuff like that. But I'm saying, like, in a more purely hypothetical, like, far future, because I'm pretty sure I've read somewhere else. I will try to back up my facts on this. I will research this later, because it's stuff that I've heard, like, over the years. It's compiled, so you kind of forget the sources, who told you, and exactly stuff. But there is a thing where our computers, in a couple years or in the foreseeable future, will have enough memory or computing ability to be able to recreate life or kind of real world, like visually and sensory. Basically, if you are to, like we said, replace all your senses and have a computer give you those inputs, it could viably do that without your brain being like, I'm not sure whether this is real or not. Like, when you're conscious in a dream, you're like, yeah, this is not real.
The brain's creating its own sensory inputs.
Yeah, because it's creating its own sensory input, you know what I mean? So...
I'd be more concerned with just the medical dangers of implanting this into someone's spinal cord, because if you're able to control someone's spinal cord through the electrical signals, I just feel that would be A, dangerous, and B, very easily to misuse.
Well, yeah, this is also a big thing in that
and corruption.
well, no, yeah, in the
corruption.
animation series, what I was saying about before is that, like, in the video game, it's like a big, massively online multiplayer video game, basically, where hackers are coming on. And what do you do when you have a hacker in a virtual reality that is completely real, right? Like, someone can hack, and they can just, like, yeah, I'm essentially a god now. I'm Neo in the Matrix, and I can do whatever I want to.
If
Yeah.
anyone remembers, like, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! TV series,
I don't
like,
watch Yu-Gi-Oh! I never did.
congratulations.
Me neither.
Me neither.
My mom wouldn't let me, but I tried to watch it.
Sorry, Dylan, you're on your own here. Once
I know what
again.
you're talking
Okay.
about. I've caught up in like last 2 years.
Well, the concept was that Kaiba, who was the game corporation,
Who is Japanese?
yes, he made a virtual reality thing, and that was so easily corrupted
I
by his
remember this
company.
series. I remember this series. They all went into
Yeah.
like all the bosses went in there.
I thought you said you didn't watch it.
My mom wouldn't let me. Doesn't mean I didn't.
Oh.
See, my parents wouldn't let me watch any anime, specifically Pokemon, yet whenever we had on the TV downstairs, and I was like, went on my TV, and it would be like, who's that Pokemon? I'm like, that's Squirtle! And then my mom starts to come downstairs, SpongeBob, yay! And then it turned back, Squirtle, yes, we right. I know who that Pokemon is because I'd watch it at my friend's house whenever I was there. Same thing.
Until I got cable when I was 12 years old, I only watched the local news station. That's all I watched.
I didn't
And
even watch
sometimes
that.
it
I
had
read
movies
books.
on. Sometimes it had movies on.
CBC's good.
Yeah, I love CBC.
I
watch
I
it every
really
day.
respect CBC.
You-
You
is
learn
very
to
good.
appreciate that kind of stuff when you watch it for long enough.
Yeah.
Like,
I miss Fox like cartoons in the morning on Saturdays. Those
I
had a
used
lot
to
of
watch
great
those.
cartoons. Like they used
For
to have,
kids TV, guys.
yeah. I had
do you
to-
guys remember Recess? Remember
Oh
Yes.
yes. Recess.
No.
Apparently, people that I know think that I look like Mikey.
A little.
You don't have a red baseball cap,
Yeah, I know.
and you don't wear a gray jacket, and you don't look like an
Exactly.
American kid.
Yeah.
Do American kids look inherently different from Canadians?
Yes,
Yes,
they do.
Yes,
they do.
They do.
Genetic pool, Harrison.
Actually, Avery, this
Well,
is
the
from
Genetic
last
Pool's
week.
been so
This is from
diluted
last episode too.
from-
You're so last episode, Avery.
Stop trying to copy me, Dylan. Jeez.
But there is no genetic stereotype for either Canadians or Americans. It's been so much like all Americans are technically immigrants or descended from immigrants.
Haha. Well, essentially, yeah. But I don't really care.
So, so the genetically pool is equally diverse for both countries.
I deny your reality and substitute it with my own.
Like I bet you could
Continuing
have
the question.
regional visual
I don't
stereotypes.
okay, you know what? I'm starting to regret
Jude-
bringing you here.
I didn't have a question.
Jude, no, I'm
Jude-
saying,
Jude
do you want
needs
to
to start
comment?
talking. Jude
Yeah,
needs
did
to
you
start talking.
want to have a comment on the virtual reality idea?
No.
No, I just think it would be cool.
Yeah.
And it would be
Well,
awesome.
what's a game?
I think the coolest game was Portal. If it got
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
People, I
Valve?
think
Biggest
people would be,
audio spike
people
ever.
would be, I think, tripping out in their
Yeah.
computer
The
rooms.
big thing, how would you make the gravity feel like it's changed?
Exactly.
How would you
If
do
they did that.
Well, you could if you had
Imagine.
something to
You have
control
to
your inner ear.
rewire
You
your
have a
inner
mechanism
ear.
in your inner ear to control the levels that it would move.
Now
to.
that is
like
dangerous.
like a mechanical metal ball that you could use move
Now-
with a magnet
That
according
is
to.
incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
Harrison,
You break
dangerous.
something, you're
Because-
screwed.
because you just be looking at this, you can't see anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain could actually it wouldn't be exactly like that, but part of your brain would think you're actually flipping around.
Yeah, because you have no other visual
If your
input.
brain observes gravity keep changing, but your inner ear disagrees, that's
You
what
get
causes
sick.
motion sickness. You'd be barfing in this thing.
Oh yeah, it would be.
You would get so much motion sickness.
There would be a warning. There would be.
But see, Valve was the one who's the first to patch for Team Fortress 2. So I'm really hoping they do something like that for Half-Life or Portal because that would be awesome.
Well, for me, TF2 I can see easily because it's like you're a human character with a big gun shooting people. That's pretty straightforward. The only thing I can see that would be weird for TF2 is the scout because you actually have a double jump as a scout, and you could actually shoot at or sticky jumping or rocket jumping with a soldier and demo man. But the scout is a force of nature. But like the concept of having a double, triple, or quadruple jump is going to be the weirdest thing.
Well,
for
I
you.
mean, your jump in real life wouldn't last as long as the characters jump in the games. If you jump once in real life, you land again while the person in the game is still jumping, so you could jump a second time and jump while your character is still in the air.
That's true, but there's a lot of because TF2 there's the laws of physics don't work as well in TF2. Like the laws of physics in TF2.
Duh.
Yeah, obviously, but TF2 is really, really awkward about that.
That's why I think it's because a lot of motion sickness if the laws of physics start changing. Like you think the laws of physics are changing.
Anyways,
Well, I know my physics, like we mentioned last week.
And we want the last word on this.
last word. Virtual
Valve-
reality is cool.
And put it into games. Put it into games.
Lots
Okay.
of games.
ASAP.
Next topic.
Nintendo monetizing from videos.
Oh.
Do you want to say that again without a chip in your mouth because people didn't catch it?
How do you read it?
How about you read it?
How about
I read it.
Jude? Nice and loud to the people.
Nintendo monetizing from videos.
Okay.
You get that?
I think they got it. You get that? Okay, so basically YouTube, the people who are hosting this nice video right now, they decided for some reason, obviously clearly they'd get some sort of profit out of it, to offer game devs the ability to claim and monetize off of other YouTubers and Let's Players videos. So right now entire channels have been taken down instead of nicely asked to remove videos.
Oh, I was gonna
So what has
give it a
happened is that I'm sure you've heard about this. There's a lot of we're not going to talk about too much in depth because there's a lot of podcasts out there on YouTube and a lot of other people who've complained about this. But basically, if you did a Nintendo video, like something owned by Nintendo, they could take your channel and disable your monetization and take the monetization from the ads that you would make.
That's stupid.
So they actually offered that to Notch and to Jim, the creator of Happy Wheels, as well. Of course, you have to realize Notch is already filthy, stinking rich. And
Maybe not as rich as we think, because a lot of the money did go to his company. Did go
true,
to his
but he is filthy, stinking rich enough to say that he is going to live comfortably for the rest of his life. We can say that.
Yes.
He's going to live comfortably. He was offered to monetize off every Minecraft video. Now, I'd argue to say that Minecraft videos take up a very good percent of YouTube videos.
Maybe not just YouTube, but definitely from the gaming
Yes,
community on YouTube.
definitely from the gaming community. I would argue. Yeah.
So,
The thing is, Minecraft, so much of the videos are typically advertising. They give people ideas of things to do with Minecraft, so just keeping them on
Yeah.
YouTube would be best.
see, that's the thing. That's what a lot of game devs have now come to
I
realize.
wouldn't have actually played Minecraft if it wasn't for YouTube. I actually found Minecraft all through YouTube, so that's like one of those things.
Yeah, it's basically a lot. Now, there've been Let's Players for a long time, but only recently have game devs started to get used to the actual fact that this is free advertising. It's a very symbiotic relationship, and it's very good. But Nintendo clearly doesn't see it that way. So they've started monetizing close people's channels. So there's a lot of people getting really upset. Luckily, of course, Notch said no, so did Jim, because, of course, Minecraft and Happy Wheels are built off of community. Like, that's literally everything. Or also, can you imagine if League of Legends decided to
Oh my
monetize everything?
God.
Okay? Those guys, if that happened on, like, Twitch or something,
Twitch, yeah.
on live stream, Twitch would be gone.
Yeah.
That's like all of live streaming is League of Legends.
Yeah.
That community
Or
would...
StarCraft.
Or StarCraft. That would
Yeah.
die if companies started to do that.
It would just
People...
completely get destroyed.
Yeah, no one would ever play any game again.
Yeah.
Or at least show it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and we can just have final comments on that. I don't want to go on for too long.
the reason that I actually got some games as well was because of me watching people like Octane Blue, who are mainly Nintendo players. Like, he plays a lot of Nintendo games and posts that stuff on the channel. And it's really funny because he's running through the game to show you how fun it is, and if you don't want to watch the entire game, you don't watch the entire Let's Play. You watch, like, the first couple episodes, say, this game is cool, go to the store, buy the game, and you're good. It's not like you can go and, like, pirate, like...
It's not a replacement for the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to buy a Wii in order to play Wii games. You can't necessarily go pirate off, like, Pirate Bay. So, Nintendo trying to monetize this doesn't make sense because it's essentially all they can get from this is advertising. They're not by monetizing it. You're going to probably be losing more money than
Yeah, and that's what most people are thinking are going to happen because essentially Let's Players are the best free advertisement ever. So as soon as Let's Players stop Let's Playing it,
You're welcome.
they're going to realize, wait, our sales are actually going down because we're not monetizing off of any videos. Oh no, and then they realize their mistake and everything goes back to normal. At least that's what we're hoping. Isaac.
Dylan.
Jude.
Well, I find that if I'm watching a Let's Play, like, if I want to watch a full Let's Play of one game, like, beginning to end, then I will not go out and buy the game because I do know the whole plot, I know the whole story, how it goes, so I usually don't make the effort to go buy games if I've watched a Let's Play.
But
in
isn't the
total.
point of video games as opposed to other media such as movies or TV shows that a lot of it is in the actual playing and not just in the storyline?
A lot of them have become very linear, so...
Well, the thing I agree with Isaac in the sense that a lot of them have become linear, but there are like a lot of games that are trying to be.
I almost entirely screwed up this podcast. Continue.
What did you do?
almost
He almost
tripped
tripped
over
over the cord.
Oh my god.
The mic would have gone flying backwards.
That would have been hilarious.
Just to hear that, just in the podcast, all of a sudden...
Just it's like, oh.
Areas with the remaining...
Why?
I was never done the bowl. I was looking at the Dr. Pepper thing. I'm gonna pour myself this. I never thought the sun chips were my Dr. Pepper, and I poured the sun chips in my
Why?
cup.
Why did you do that?
Okay, let's get back to the topic at
Pour,
hand.
like, the 2 crumbs in the bowl.
That's like cherry chips.
I'll just drink my chips now. Sponsor Sun Chips. Sponsor us.
And Dr. Pepper.
I'm drinking Sun Chips for you.
And iced tea. We had iced tea last time.
That's not this time, though.
No, it's not. This podcast is hopefully
In
brought to
my
you by Dr.
day,
Pepper
we
and Sun
used to
Chips.
have iced
Hopefully.
tea during podcasts.
Okay,
Like
back to
podcasts?
Nintendo being an asshole. I was trying.
Being a asshole.
I was trying to determine whether to say dick or asshole.
No, but
Like,
clearly Nintendo is a corporation, therefore they are genderless. Therefore, the only shared aspect of them we can continue to be is the asshole. That's the
Can't girls
anatomic.
be dicks?
That's the
If they're like really...
No, girls
jerk-
can only be bitches.
Ah.
What?
There are other words we can call girls as well, but we probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why we're talking
If you
about
just watch
this
Isaac
in this
Newton's video,
podcast.
we're not big fans of misogyny here, so.
The only
link to my video now.
Avery's like chugging his chips.
Shrug.
The only game I can think of that actually is able to get away with calling people bitches and dicks is Saints Row. That's like one of the only games I can think of.
There are a lot of games that can get away with it, but they usually do it either in humor or to vilify another character.
Which is mostly humor in Saints Row. Saints Row is
Yeah.
so saturated and off the charts, it's ridiculous. That's why nobody really takes Saints Row seriously. I mean, it's a great game, but I'm saying no one takes it seriously to the point that they're trying to be offensive. It's just kind of like a big comedy.
Anyway, Nintendo.
Yes.
I honestly believe there are certain Let's Plays that aren't actually going to be beneficial to any company, but there are certain Let's Plays that will be incredibly beneficial, like any multiplayer Let's Plays,
Racing games.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart's one of the ones that Octane plays, and he has over 300 episodes of this.
How about we draw a distinction right now? Because I think this is an important one in Let's Play community. There's always been a big discussion between playthroughs, right, and commentaries, right? Now, this is a big thing. When people do comprehensive playthroughs, they usually get every item in the game, show you where everything is, and there's no commentary. That's basically just playing the game. And that's what's not necessarily super beneficial. What I do love is when there's gamers that commentate over everything. They don't go for it, they're just playing the game. So you know that they haven't gotten every secret, right? And so at that point, you're like, I enjoy this game because you see their opinions and reactions to things, much like you would want to react to
Maybe I'll
yourself.
do this differently.
Yeah, maybe I'll do this differently. Maybe I want to choose this one in choice. Like, see, frankly, I watched, I originally said this last time, I watched SSOH play Bioshock, Bioshock Infinite, and I've seen him play the whole game, but his whole thing, which is why I love his channel, is he hates complete stuff. He hates looking for secrets, he hates doing that. So, already, any playthrough he does, you can still do it, and there's still going to be stuff fine. And two, like, it just made me want to buy the game even more. Because it was so cool. I would have never heard about Bioshock if it was not for him.
Another great example of this is Skyrim. I mean, because Skyrim is such a big game, you have so many options that you can go to. And like, sure, like for instance, when I watched a Skyrim Let's Play, I watched
Dr. Chips, everybody, Dr. Sun Chips.
I watched
That sounds like a drug dealer. Dr.
Hey man, let's go do some Dr. Sun chips.
Yeah. Anyways, I was watching Clash JTM, and he went to the Mages Guild, but then like, you can go to the Mages Guild, or you can do like 100 other things at that point in the game. So it makes you want to buy the game to experience it through your idea of what you want to become, not necessarily what he wanted to become. And another great example I thought of, like the whole idea of racing games, and like playing through the game and just running through the main storyline is fine, as long as like you leave like some mystery to the people. I mean, actually one of the games that I watched that I actually ended up buying anyways, even though it was fairly linear, was Back to the Future. Like I'm doing it on the channel. I just finished the first episode yesterday, the weekend. Yes, yesterday. No, 2 days ago. And because I watched it, actually made me want to buy the game even more. Even though I know what happens, I want to be able to experience it and show it to you guys because that would be awesome. So.
Yeah, there's always a very personal touch to it, which is why I like the commentaries, right? See, I think that's one of the main things. I think we talked about this last time as well. It's kind of like, it's the personality that deals with the games, and the conversation itself is what makes it interesting, right? A lot of single-player Minecraft gets boring really soon.
Oh my god,
because it's just like, I'm chopping some trees. Hey, coal. Hey, want to know an anecdote about coal? It's just like, no. But as soon as it's multiplayer Minecraft, they're doing the same thing. But the conversations they come up with and the inside jokes that they create that you are now a part of as the audience
makes it even better.
Yeah, it makes it so much better, and you want to watch this essentially monotonous and basically play.
Another thing that I find is funny is whenever people do like custom maps, like Etho, Good, and BOO, they did Vex maps as well. And one of the things that I found was hilarious is that they're trolling each other while trying to complete this map at the same time. So someone goes pee, they block themselves in, and then the other guy would trap them. These two guys that are in the bathroom right now, he was trapped both of their ways, so when they came out, they would explode. And it's just like, that's so funny for me to watch because he's trying to complete the map and they're trolling each other.
Just
Good.
gushing over people now.
Yeah.
Gushing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to pour some Dr. Pepper in the Sun Chips bowl now?
There's
Speaking
no
of
more.
gushing.
There's no more Dr. Pepper. I would do that.
Harrison, would you like to let Avery do the honors?
I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper. I'm not going to give it to you.
Harrison doesn't want to be associated with the drug dealer Dr. Sun Chips.
Yes, very much.
Rob Ford's best friend.
Yes. Okay. For people who don't know Canada, Rob Ford is Toronto's mayor.
Okay, he does not deserve to be Toronto's mayor. He's the worst mayor ever. Disclaimer: he sucks. He sucks. He sucks.
Do not use him
Balls.
as a reference for Canada.
Balls.
John Stewart had an amazing bit on Rob Ford yesterday.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
like,
That
this
was
is how
gross.
big this is getting. Rob Ford.
How big Rob Ford is getting?
Oh!
Frame of reference, he's really
Oh,
fat.
wow.
Okay, so Rob Ford declared the war on cars in Toronto, so he's like, oh no, everybody's trying to use their bicycles and get physical exercise.
We don't want
Those
that.
hippies! No bike lanes for you, everybody. Stop the war on cars. No more public transportation money. Screw you guys.
I think for
We like
people that
traffic.
don't know Toronto and that don't know Canada, I think we should list some of the things that he has done over the past.
This would take up the whole
However
episode.
He wanted to take
Well-
down libraries, like
well, it's
public
just-
libraries where you go and get books and you go and like go on the internet for free because the library basically
And let me
does
point out
this for you.
Wi-Fi, not like bad internet, like slow. It's good Wi-Fi internet, like a nice and good air conditioning, like really nice libraries. I
They're-
hang out with them so often.
And
right
They
now.
are good places to go
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
During the summer when it gets really hot, it's one of those buildings that you're supposed to go to so you're not outside in the dying heat.
Yeah, it's
And actually, it does get. We mentioned this last time, but it's really hot right now in Toronto. It's
And
not
this is
cold.
Canada. It's not. We're not limiting igloos.
Actually, we do live in igloos.
Yeah, we do.
we covered
we-
that
we
last
do.
episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we ride polar bears to school. Come on.
Yep.
Actually, Tim and I use dog sleds.
It's just really
I use
hot.
a snowmobile. I don't know what you guys use.
Harrison is a
we
man
just
of-
said what we use.
Harrison is a man of the future, truly.
Yes.
Okay, but
You and your
Bombardier,
science.
man.
okay. So let's move on to Rob Ford's,
Stupid.
failures in concession. So he had that thing with the football team, right? The
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're
He,
all-
No,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he stopped a public bus for his team, for his high school football team
That he
was
coaches.
coaching. And I'm not sure about the whole story, but he kicked everyone off and put the kids on the bus
because it was raining.
It was
because
raining.
it was raining.
So he commandeered the use of a public transit
He basically
bus
is like,
for
I
his own football
commandeer this
team.
in the name of my football team. Dude, this is public
It's
transportation.
a bunch
you
of
can't do
kids that are like 6'4" that are like huge,
So we
and
kicked off
they
all these
don't
normal
really
people
care
using
about
the bus.
rain.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've
It's
had
like-
practices where they're covered
Also,
in mud.
yeah.
You see these kids
Like-
and these old people, and it's like, get off, you fat old person. What? I'm way skinnier than you. It's like, get off.
Yeah.
And then you see Rob Ford take up 5 seats.
Yeah, because he's really fat. Unless we haven't already established that he's fat.
No, he's
Not
not.
that that's
No,
the reason we
no,
hate him.
that's
It's
just
just sort of a side
gargantuan.
note.
It's just a
Just
side note.
Side note.
It's a-
yeah.
This equation has side notes. Rob Ford equals bad. He is also fat. Asterisks.
There is no connection between the two. They
And
just
his
happen
brother,
to both
his
be true.
brother's running for provincial politics.
Oh,
Yeah.
His brother
God.
who's just as bad, and
as
just
bad.
as in every way, in every dimension.
On a good note in politics, Justin Trudeau.
He's pretty good. I don't know.
Like, another thing that we actually talked about in class was the idea of politics has become like, I hate you, you're stupid sort of thing, rather than being
Not
like,
gonna become a popularity
this is
contest
what
of
I-
democracies in the first place.
yeah, well, it's like, instead of being like, this is what I'm gonna do for the country, it's like, this guy took his shirt off for charity. Don't vote for him.
Dylan,
Yeah,
that's a
like
good
in
reason
the-
to
Dylan,
vote for him.
Dylan, did you realize that that's how politics have been running? I want to know. Have you actually seen a ad campaign for anything
Yes.
that says what we will do? Other than that, I have not seen a single one for the Liberal or
Yeah,
Conservative
there
parties
have been.
that have stated what they will do. Other than don't vote for the Conservatives.
There-
They
What
suck.
they
there
did,
have been
because of
several.
what
There
they
have,
did.
yeah, there have been
I've-
a number. NDP had a number of them in the last.
Well,
NDP is doing
NDP
that
is
in a sense.
actually doing that because they're the NDP. They're just trying to be like hipsters, and everyone loves the NDP because they're not the Conservatives or
And
the
they're not.
Liberals.
and-
Which
Okay.
for the Americans essentially is the Democratic Party and the Republicans.
And then
And
the
then there's-
NDP are like the
The NDP are the guys you actually want to vote for because they're probably going to do something.
But
Okay,
get this.
that or
but
the
get-
Green Party.
Wait. But get this. There's another party called the Green Party.
now, here's my
Not to- not-
little gripe against the Green Party. If you ask any kid who's below the voting age and not politically informed who they vote for, they usually say the Green Party because they have an eco message.
Yeah.
so it's
No one-
idealistic.
No one looks at what they're actually saying. Yes, they're going to put money into the environment, like into the budget for the environment. But they're going to, like, they are fiscally conservative. They
Yeah.
are the conservatives
Yeah.
with a bit of an eco.
Yeah, they're conservative.
Leaning.
And not as popular.
No,
Also,
no,
I'd like
you
to
get,
point
like,
out
4
one
votes
other
each,
party that is
each
very,
time.
very.
The Rhinoceros Party.
I was
Which
gonna
stopped
say,
in the '60s, unfortunately.
I was gonna say the marijuana party. The one that like
The
buys
block
people.
Quebecois.
The
Yeah.
block Quebecois.
Oh wow!
Nobody likes them simply because they want to separate and make Quebec
their
its own.
And then
Whole
since the
platform.
last election, they lost so many seats.
my God.
Well, it's
in
because
Quebec.
yeah, in
Yeah.
Quebec, and
Yeah.
the NDP took majority over there.
Yeah,
See, look,
Quebec and Liberals went down.
Are we
NDP
covering the
went
Canadian
up.
politics
I
now?
think we are.
yeah,
I
see,
think
you know,
we
I just
are.
want to point out one last thing. It's like
Okay,
about the
I
bloc,
love-
the bloc Québécois. Unfortunately, about them, which is what's sad for me. They're a socialist party, and I love socialism so much because have you seen Sweden? Sweden's
Sweden is sweet.
It's well, even some elements of Canada is socialist.
I know.
Yeah, it's
we have
amazing.
socialists,
It's
but we
great.
don't have it nearly enough as we should.
No,
Not nearly.
Mm.
That's why I've created with my friends the Sweden-Switzerland plan. Hear me out for a second. I don't want to go to university here. I'm going to move to Sweden, where university is free, but there's high taxes. Because almost everything there, public service, is free, but you just pay high taxes, and I don't care about taxes because if you're paying high
Free
taxes...
university would be awesome.
Yeah, so I want to go there, and then, should World War or nuclear whatever stuff, then you go to Switzerland because they monetize off of every single war and hold everyone's money.
At this point,
And-
there's a world war. They're gonna experience the nuclear fallout anyway.
No, it doesn't matter because Switzerland owns everything else. Switzerland has a thing. It's called pulling a Switzerland. You don't do anything about it. They are the,
Just
like...
stay neutral and give money to everybody.
Stay neutral, take everyone else's money, profit off of war. And then when the war and the nuclear fallout goes away, you go back to Sweden, live as a king off of your capitalist money. Basically,
In the nuclear wasteland.
and then you use your money to make a non-nuclear wasteland.
Just-
Hey, died in a nuclear
you
wasteland
walk
as
in,
well.
you
Pay
walk
off God,
I don't
okay?
think living in
You
Switzerland would allow
walk
you
into
to survive a
you
nuclear
walk into
war.
Sweden, you see a bunch of nuclear waste on the ground. Hey, I got money. Go fetch your money, and you see all the,
Flower grows, like...
you see the nuclear waste go away, and a flower just grows in front of you.
Yeah.
Money.
The power of money.
Yeah.
The almighty dollar. But anyways, sorry, back on a Canadian
Wait,
product.
so what was
Rob
our-
Ford.
The next.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
We're
Wait,
gonna
Rob
go to our
Ford.
next.
We didn't get to the latest thing about Rob Ford.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Which was why we
The
started
latest,
talking
the
about
biggest,
it.
dude.
The most recent news about Rob Ford. Please, if you're interested in anything else he's done, there are websites dedicated to the screw-ups. Screw-ups that he's had while
Oh
he's
my
been a
goodness.
councilman and while he's been mayor.
To the screw ups.
Trust me, like, I'm sure this is worth your time. I know you're like,
It's quite entertaining,
It's a
actually. As
Toronto-
long as if you don't live in Toronto, it's very entertaining.
It's-
For us, it sucks.
It
Oh.
sucks for us because we have the terrible mayor. We once had a mayor who now owns like Bad Boys, which is a furniture company.
And he was considered the
Last
worst
Minute Bad
mayor
Boys.
we
Yeah.
had.
Last
Mel
Minute Bad
Lastman.
Boys.
No,
buddy!
We'll be worse than him until Rob Ford comes around.
It's funny because a lot of people outside of Canada are laughing at Toronto because of Rob freaking Ford.
And you know what
Yeah,
sucks?
right.
Toronto really is a great city.
This
Like,
was a
it's
bad
a really
mayor.
nice city.
We
But
we brought this
our,
up last
great.
time too.
Our mayor is like, he's
I think that's a bad name.
Our mayor is
He's
like,
embarrassing us
it's
all.
like our mayor makes Toronto look like, what's the stupid city?
Detroit?
Detroit.
If you make there goes all
He
of our
adds-
viewers to Detroit.
he
He
adds
adds that one guy.
he adds +5 to looking like Detroit. That's just not good. That's just not where you want to be.
It's plus 42 to looking like Detroit.
Now, here's the thing that has recently rocked Rob Ford. There was a video that, well, no one's seen the video other than a few people, but apparently there was a video of him smoking crack.
With known gang members and criminals, by the way.
Yeah.
And drug dealers.
And drug dealers.
And this has been an ongoing thing. People have suspected him of doing drugs. There's been a lot of people coming out saying that he acted like he was intoxicated on public events and stuff. But now there's finally some sort of
If
evidence.
this goes to
supposedly.
court, it'd be the second time he's like he's already almost been kicked out of
Oh,
being
he's been in
office.
court so many
So many
times.
times.
There was that
so many
there was
times.
that
Can
one
we not even bring up the fact that he's homophobic?
Okay, wait.
Incredibly so.
Okay.
left-wing
One
bike
of
riding
his-
pinkos.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's homophobic. Every single mayor, briefly,
Yeah,
tangent. Every single mayor in Toronto's history has always attended the gay pride parade. He's
Except
like,
for him.
he's like,
He
I'm gonna
leaves
take a
town.
rain track.
He leaves town when the gay pride.
And
Pride
he's like,
parade
he's just
happens.
like, no, it's not for me. And guess what our old mayor did just to spite him? Or old mayor David Miller comes in, and the news comes up to him and says, hey, it's great to see you here, ex-mayor. He's like, oh, I just don't know why Mayor Ford isn't here. I mean, I love coming down here every day to support the gay youth of Toronto. And everyone's like, and it's just like, and he's just totally showing him up. It's like
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
That like you watch that just to see Rob Ford not be there because he's our mayor and he's a
Any video
homophobic
without
mother.
Rob Ford is more beautiful to look at without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Wait, one of his one thing he said when this thing about him smoking crack came up was that he has a long lost twin brother that is into drugs.
Did he actually say
He
that?
said
Yeah,
that. Look it up online.
No,
my
you
God.
can. I heard that
He
as well.
said
He's
that.
saying
Oh
I have
my
another. He
God.
already
He
has
says he has a long lost brother named Mike that is addicted to lots of drugs, and he's like, Mike, if
Are
you're
you
out there and listening to this,
serious?
you need to get help. He said this.
Are you
And
serious?
previously, he says he had a family of 4 children. So his sister, I think he has 2 sisters, and then his older
He's
brother.
an older brother. Yeah, he only has one brother who's essentially his handler right now.
Yeah.
So
Who's leaving?
yeah, who's
Harrison, my long lost twin brother,
Yes!
who doesn't
Oh,
look
there
like
you
me.
are again.
He
You know,
doesn't look-
Dylan, you really need to stop doing all these drugs.
You know,
He's
we
You're
look
giving me a
nothing-
bad name.
He's addicted. He's addicted
Yeah.
to Dr. Sunships, man.
Yeah.
We look nothing alike, and we're totally long lost
They're
brothers.
kind of similar,
Yeah.
actually.
Eh.
So,
It's hard to differentiate you when I'm drawing everybody.
Eh.
Oh, by the way,
as long as
Harrison.
it's not in color.
Yeah, you know, Harrison, I want you to draw the title card. I'm gonna get you a because I did the drawing last time. You can draw us doing something
Now?
zany.
Yeah, because
During the podcast.
Let me draw.
No, this is
you're
like,
like evil face.
next
Do
subject.
you like 5 stick
Okay.
figures
Well, we
going
haven't
like
gotten to the
this?
best part of the Rob Ford video though. The money.
Mm.
Unfortunately, in order to be released, you have to pay this person like what, 20.
The people who made the video
No.
are selling it for a large amount of money.
$200,000.
$200,000, and we've already raised what? How much?
I don't know.
The people of Toronto are raising money to buy this in order to allow him to be kicked out
This,
as mayor.
this is how much we hate our mayor. We are willing to spend our hard-earned money just to get a video to get him out and say, yeah, we saw you smoke that crack. Now get out of our city.
Now, the biggest question here is that whether or not that's actually true. I mean, with technology these days,
Yeah.
you can Photoshop and animate anything you want in there.
Yeah.
Actually,
But-
his
Knowing
brother,
Rob
his
Ford,
handler
it's
brother,
quite probable.
his brother actually was one of the people who saw the video, and this is what he said, which is very clever of him. He doesn't claim it's his brother. He says, this is exactly what he says. I've never seen my brother take drugs before. That's all he said.
He probably got told to say that by some lawyer.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
but
he
If he's
definitely
never
didn't
saw
come up
his
with that on
brother
his own.
take drugs before, then wouldn't Rob Ford's mysterious twin brother Mike also be Doug Ford's brother, who he therefore never saw drugs
Or,
before?
yeah.
So Mike, therefore, if he exists, was never seen taking drugs either.
yeah.
And this is where I get lost because Harrison starts going on.
I
Or
can
who
still
if
follow
Doug
here,
Ford
but then we
is
come to a
adopted?
standstill.
No, they're too similar.
No, and then what was Rob Ford recently in court for? Because this was before
The
that.
conflict of interest over
Yes.
using the city letterhead in order to raise money for his aforementioned football team.
Yeah. He's basically saying, I'm the mayor, and you know, it would suck if something happened to you. Can you have some money for my football team?
Asking
then-
major friends of the city to
I love
donate
how we've
money
been talking about
for
Rob Ford for the past half an hour.
We're
We should
also
prob-
angry
Where
about this.
our topics are virtual reality, Nintendo,
Okay,
lookalikes. Lookalikes. Okay, here we go. Lookalikes. There we go.
Okay,
Alright,
so
Harrison,
this-
you start us off this time.
this is
What?
actually-
I don't even know.
Lookalikes.
No. What? Us?
This is similar to what we were just talking about in the sense of lookalikes and Rob Ford being a lying mother.
Mother hugger, I believe is the proper term.
Mother trucker.
Mother father.
Mother trucker.
Yeah, that's actually what they use in Psy's song.
Yeah,
I'm a
mother,
mother,
father.
father, gentleman.
Okay,
Oh,
anyways,
Psy,
anyway,
you
anyway.
South Koreans. Gotta love those South Koreans.
anyways, lookalikes. Go Harrison.
Well, I don't make this topic.
Okay.
You go.
Now I know occasionally someone might see, like you might see someone from afar that looks like a friend of yours or a family member. How many times has this happened to you, and like who they look like? It's a little weird when it happens to me. I know there are 2 kids in my school who look from a distance like Harrison and Dylan.
No, this is creepy because there's a girl in my math class and a girl in my acting class on Sundays who look exactly alike except for their hair, and I want them to be like, "Hi, I'm like," and they'll meet and they'll be like, "Wait, you actually sort of look familiar," but they do look similar, but like the one has her hair straight and the one has her hair curly. That's the only difference.
Maybe
I
she
can
does
see.
her hair in
Yeah.
between classes.
How do you
Yeah.
know it's the same person?
I don't know, but it's like.
Why don't you
You're-
just go up to them and talk to them?
Your
I
whole
did.
world
I
is
like-
talked to both of them, and they don't believe me that there's that I have this that the other person exists. They both think I'm crazy.
Does anybody remember when? Does anybody remember from? Well, not you. I'm talking about you guys from middle school, from Spectrum, when Stephanie's younger brother apparently looked like me, which he did. Does anyone
Oh,
remember that? Stephanie's
yeah.
younger brother.
I'm just gonna come to the other side of the mic.
Yeah.
She would deny this like crazy. Like whenever someone would point it out, like, "Hey, Stephanie, I saw your brother. He looked exactly like Avery. I even thought like that was Avery." And then she's like, "I don't see it." Like,
Well, I was told by like Caroline once as well, who's another friend of ours. She went over to Stephanie's house and she was like, "Why is Avery here?" And she's like, it's like, "No, that's my younger brother." And it's like, "Oh." And then they tell me later, it's just I have this, and apparently for this entire like 2 years, I know that I have like her brother our younger brother looks exactly like me. And then he finally comes to like the grad, and I show my mom, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I have a friend at school who looks freakishly like my brother, and when when people first saw my brother like come to things, they thought he was this guy's brother because they look so similar. But yeah, I don't think they look very alike, but some people think they do.
Yeah.
I'm seeing if Jude's like.
I'm trying to think of any time I've ever.
Now, about Jude specifically, I can tell you when I went to elementary school, there was a grade 6 when we were in like grade 4, so he's reportedly older than us, who had the exact
size.
about the same size, because Jude, who had the same like blonde curly hair as Jude, and it looked exactly the same, and so I'd almost always run up to him and say, "Hey, Jude," but then. It was I never knew his name.
We have 2 teachers at our school that look similar as well.
Same here. We have two teachers
From
who
the
look
back, my one friend at school walked up to me and was like, "Hey, Mr. Cha, you're not Tahari." And Tahari's actually a teacher we all hated at our school. Just saying. And now that he's shaved and everything, we call him Mr. Tahairless for the lols.
Of course, I set a timer on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else? Harrison, you got any
I
other
already said
anecdotes?
That's it.
Isaac.
Okay, next point.
No, I really
As
don't.
Isaac's walking back.
Everybody look towards the camera and give it your most charming smile.
Lead.
That was very entertaining for all our listeners.
Okay. The next thing on this list is ethics behind genetic manipulation.
Engineering.
It says manipulation
Who
here.
put in manipulation?
Well, this is
Your
this
manipulation?
is Harrison's topic, so I'm gonna let him go first because he's the science one, and we mentioned
starting
that
off topics?
He's the science one.
I'm the science one.
we
science
mentioned this last week of like how we pretend to be smart. I'm like I'm just and everyone's like I pretend to be smart. We all know Harrison's the real smart one.
here.
Yeah, there are people. I don't. Yeah.
I'm unfortunately in the position of the Renaissance man. I'm really good at a lot of
Same
things.
here.
But I'm really good at a lot of things, but that's the problem when like jobs are saying, "Hey, what job do you want to be?" Well, I don't know. I kind of like architecture, but there are better people at architecture than me, and I haven't studied. Or I like physics, but I'm not the best at physics. I like math. I'm good at math, but what should I choose? I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not. Perfect.
That's
so
me
many
too.
different
I'm like,
subjects.
I'll just go with YouTube because YouTube is awesome and we love you guys.
Yeah, but you're not gonna try to make a job out of it, are you?
We'll see how many views this video gets. So like it and make Dylan a full-time YouTuber.
I suppose a full-time YouTuber.
I'll
That
follow you.
I mean, there are
Follow
some
Dylan.
That actually does happen.
no. Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
oh, yeah,
that some of the
There's
people I
many
watch,
people
the,
who do.
the creatures who, which
and
people I inspire.
half the Minecraft.
Yeah, half the Minecraft people, you can make a full-on living off of that
Yeah.
with no other side job. But I'm just saying it's a very hard position to get into. It's
Yeah.
not.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It
like
takes-
even
it takes years
yeah.
of work.
even
Yeah.
Daryl, who's like has like what 53,000
52,000.
or so, he's nowhere near the amount he needs to make.
Yeah,
a full-on
you
living.
need at least 100,000 to be able to do it.
No, I would say more than that to pay enough for an apartment, to buy your games, buy your equipment, editing equipment.
Well,
pay
no,
for food.
Not if you're solely Minecraft.
What do you mean? Well,
If
also
you're
if you're
just
being
Minecraft.
sponsored, right? But
Yeah, if you're sponsored, like okay, we'll get into this a bit later. But if you're sponsored, they'll give you a bit of money if you give them a shout out,
yeah,
which helps a lot of people. Sometimes sometimes they might not give you money, but they might give you a product,
yeah.
which could help you.
Well, like Rich Alvarez was sponsored by Nintendo. Nintendo.
Was he?
Yeah, he was given a free Wii U because they said they would make an ad for the Wii U the Wii U and New Super Mario Bros.
Oh, see, there you go.
So they got a free Wii U. So we're
So like sometimes you can make a bit of a living.
Yeah.
Most of the time you need a second job,
Yeah,
but there are many people who are very successful at it.
yeah,
yeah.
most people
I
who
mean-
have like 1 million plus subscribers or around there can make a living out of it.
You need to release videos frequently,
Yeah.
and they need to have a fairly decent,
There's a quality,
consistent.
right?
yeah.
They need to have a consistent
Viewing like.
viewing, like a viewing
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
I
But
mean-
it can happen. I just see, truthfully, my goal for this channel is to get 1,000 subscribers. That's all I would like personally, because that's more people than I will naturally meet in my lifespan.
Are you sure about that?
There's a specific number.
Oh,
there is.
interesting.
You can find it's on Vsauce. I don't know if you know about them.
Vsauce is
There's
awesome.
There's this one that I talk about.
Yeah, that's a guy who's making.
There's a specific
So many
amount.
shoutouts in this.
Yeah, there's a specific amount of people that you will meet in your lifespan who you will have enough time to say hi to and maybe know their name once. So that means if every single of our subscribers commented once, that means that'd be more people than I should usually be able to say hi to ever, which is really cool. Dylan wants to get 10,000 minimum because he's a little more.
I'm more
shooting higher.
ambitious, and I do like being a YouTube commentator is awesome, and I like
Commentator,
whatever. But like I like the concept of being able to have that give and take with the subscribers, and I actually have a couple of serious ideas I still want to be able to implement, but I haven't had the chance to because we don't have as many comments and we don't have as many people who like we have people that watch, but don't have as many people who would want to comment and help create a series with me based off of that.
Yeah, it's hard, but we have to expand. You know, at some point get some more people.
Yeah,
in.
well,
It's a matter of consistently uploading.
Yeah.
Like that's how a lot of people do it. If you just upload as often.
I mean, it's funny because Daryl doesn't upload as much anymore.
Well,
at all.
no, that's actually why. Have you seen it slowed down? He's only at 52,000.
Yeah.
He should actually be higher right now, but he doesn't upload as much.
He
as
doesn't
should.
upload. Kyle uploads every day.
That's why he's almost caught up to us. He's
Yeah.
at almost about 500, 600.
Denzel uploads a lot as well, and at least even though we're extremely busy, I mean everyone at this table probably has a lot of school, especially Harrison.
Yes.
And it's hard to get Harrison outside of his house to do
Outside
anything.
of my basement.
Yeah. So, well, it's like we're really busy, and especially with exams and stuff and everything. But I try to make sure I can upload to you guys at least once a week, no matter what. And I always try to have something up on Monday for you guys. Whether it's Avery or me uploading, we always try to have something up all over the weekend.
We'll get 1 to 2 videos up, and if we're have stuff better.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to genetic manipulation.
Yeah.
Which we didn't talk anything about.
We haven't covered any topics. We've been.
Okay, how about we save that one for last?
I feel like
it could be interesting. How about we talk about YouTube's naming their audiences? This thing on the topic of YouTube, and I think it's close by. I think this is a fun one, right?
Yeah.
So this is to bring up, the popular Sky does Minecraft. He has his Sky Army. Sly Foxhound has the homies. PewDiePie clearly has the bros.
Paul Source Jr. has the Survivors.
The Survivors.
The Vlog brothers famously have Nerdfighteria.
Yeah. And of course,
Pause and Pause has the Girl Scouts.
There's one called XRPMX13. He has his good-looking gamers.
No, the good-looking gamers, yeah.
Daryl has his guys.
Guys?
Hey,
Guys.
what's up, guys?
What's yeah?
Daryl here.
There's also another one called I Am the Attack, and he has his Mortals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wheezy Waiter has
Oh.
Beard Lovers.
Immortal HD has the knobs.
Knobs.
Yeah. Okay. But
Clash
so,
ATM has the pack. Or Wolf
And-
21 has
And
the
it
pack.
has been argued
So
for...
many shout-outs.
Yeah, it has been...
Like,
it-
nothing but
Just
shout-outs.
thinking that.
It has...
Just for like,
This is
like
all
a minute
tangents
period.
and shoutouts.
It has been argued for Nova that, which is the stupidest thing, because he's named almost all of his usernames in like any game that's not Minecraft, anal something.
Yeah.
People want to call it the Anal Army. He's like, I don't know if I should brand all my friends the Anal Army because it's like Anal Army Unite, but a lot of people won't like that.
A single sword.
I myself am a little reserved to calling myself an Anal Armyite, but
Or an anus.
yeah.
But everybody has these things.
Welcome all my
Me and Dylan
anuses.
even tried it earlier, but we kind of gave up because we thought it was stupid. We used to call people troopers, but we stopped because it was
Yeah,
stupid.
like-
I still do it off of like habit, but I
Alright, someone's got the hiccups.
Hiccups.
Somebody scare him.
Anyway.
Dylan, you're gonna fail your exams.
You're going to die.
No, this usually creates like a sense of community with some of the viewers.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be cool if like Supreme Awesome Show did have one.
Yeah.
But obviously the names that are off the table are supremacists, supremers, anything with supreme in the name.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds
No,
racist.
here you go. We should go white supremacist. It makes people the white supremacist. Hey, white supremacists, ready to go KKK
Awesome.
minecarting?
Awesome people.
Yeah.
Awesome people.
they're the awesome sauce.
Awesome. The awesome.
No.
sauce.
The
awesome
sea of
sauce.
awesome saucers. The
It
flying.
sounds so kinky.
Oh
Yes,
my
it does.
god.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
Thanks, Dylan.
I had to.
Dylan has no filter.
You too.
So what do we all think of that? Like,
What should we comment? Maybe in the comments we can have you guys come up with it. And
If you guys watch this or listen to this, please leave a comment and say what ideas of what you guys want to be called.
if you want to be called anything, of
the
course,
Dr.
because
Sun Chips.
the
Oh!
maybe that's a good idea. And we just went over how we want people to actually comment on the videos on Supreme Awesome
Yeah,
Show.
most of them I remember getting are like just from like random dudes.
It's
They're
like-
just saying first comment, yes, great.
Congratulations.
Anything to say about the video? Just watch. I painstakingly edited this for you. Got anything to say? You want to say nice antonations? Or do you want to say, oh, that was cool music? Or good job? But you're just like, first comment.
Or it's like Melody Ride. It's
Melody doesn't have a channel
So-
anymore.
No, she deleted her channel because she's gonna be moving out soon anyways because she's officially gonna be at that age and everything.
So she'll have no computer?
Well, she's not gonna have a computer. That's one of the things. So she does watch our stuff, but she isn't able to like comment her stuff anymore. But it's like she's basically part of the SAS anyways.
That's why you'll find me, actually, there's some videos where I'm talking to nobody.
Oh!
Because Melody's comments are all deleted, so I'm like, yeah, that was a funny time.
Actually, it's funny because I ran into our first person who knew us and not Daryl.
Who?
I was actually shopping for my prom suit and and I was at the
Self-shout
store.
out
Why are you
here.
going to the prom this year?
I went to the prom with Melody because it was Melody's prom.
Right.
So because Melody's
no, that makes sense. You get your prom early.
and I'm also get one next year as well.
You get 2 proms. Who are you going to go with next year?
I'm gonna go with Melody of course again.
coming
But
back?
next year I'm
I
gonna
feel
go with
like
Daryl.
what we should do is that we should actually have, for our proms, we should each vlog it and have a vote who's his better.
Yes!
You'll
I'm
be like the
doing that.
weird guys with the cameras, like,
Hey guys, we're at our proms.
Avery, how many people go to your school?
Not too much. Like
I probably
Yes. A bunch of
Harrison's gonna be promming with like himself. This guy's my imaginary prom date. I
No, it would be
This guy.
a bunch of nerds at a table doing a bunch of
studying
nerds
calculus.
studying calculus at
and
prom.
like this one kid just went,
yeah. They're writing down the equations to how to properly dance.
yeah.
Like the sound wave functions.
Okay, so we just all we did was name YouTube, like name.
Okay,
our
so,
audience.
yes,
Like,
basically, what do you guys want to be
what do
called?
you guys think?
Yeah, please talk in the comments about this. So, and now we'll talk about it.
Yeah, like what do we?
Sometimes I find that
Oh no,
and
sorry,
in a sense-
but we went off a tangent off what I was saying. But like, I ran into this person who
Oh,
her
yeah.
sister actually knew our channel and said that she watches us, but she deleted her channel because of the new YouTube layout. So once the new YouTube layout is actually implemented on May 29th, which is for sure now, a lot
So
of
it
people
means
are
we
going to be.
lose all our
No,
nice
no.
background.
We're gonna lose a nice background, unfortunately, but we get a new banner and we can re-edit the
Yeah,
background.
just look at my channel. I
Your channel's so ugly, Isaac.
Fuck you
Oh.
guys.
That's like a whisper out.
I tried to
down.
keep myself clean for this podcast, but you know what? I draw the line where you insult my channel.
So ugly. God.
And he still hasn't sworn yet.
Why are we?
No, I
even
actually went like, fuck you.
Which obviously the mic didn't even pick up.
I know.
Now the mic obviously picked it up now, but like they actually she talked to her sister, and then I'm like, does your sister also know DL Gaming? She's like, no, I haven't heard of that. I'm like, yes,
Sweet, sweet, sweet victory, yeah. When it comes for the taking.
SpongeBob.
Oh.
SpongeBob.
Oh yes.
So what do we think of YouTube naming their audiences?
I think it's cool sometimes, but when it's over enforced, like anybody who watches this is therefore. Sometimes people
Yeah.
don't want to be associated with that. Like it kind of brings a thing. Like maybe if you watch a video, you don't want to be called a fan because it's like I'm not a fan of you. I don't like because fan carries some connotation. Sometimes they're negative, and so some people don't want to be associated with that. Other people are totally cool with being like, yeah, I'm a fan or I'm a whatever.
Yeah, like I mean, it's we don't want to I hate people who are like, yes, you have to be a pack member or something like that. I'm not gonna throw Wolf21 under the bus or anything, but he doesn't do that. But like,
Shout out.
I'm using it as an example that he like if someone wants to be like yes, and then Lachlan uses the family. Yes, you're the family. He's like he's open with it. He's like, yeah, you're the family. You can come and watch my videos and everything. But like, you don't push these things on it. It's there if you want to label yourself.
It's more for identification, right? That's what
it's-
most fans or viewers.
It's
are
also to
decide
create that relationship with the fans. Like, yes, we acknowledge who you are, and we've sort of given you an identification as a
like
group
as
to
like a
represent
separate
us.
thing to what you would be otherwise. Right?
Yes, it's because we can't list every subscriber's name, put that in a huge ass long name, and call you that.
And then if we
That
get
would
one
be
new
cool.
Be
subscriber,
awesome.
Make a video of just that.
actually what we could do is that if we go to get the username, the most common letters of their usernames, and try
It
to
would
put
be
them
an
together
X.
into
It
a
would
word.
just be X.
It would be XX.
Yeah.
would be
Just
really
like
bad.
XXX.
XXXX.
It's kind of like the most common
It's
letter.
like, say.
Hey, XXXXXXX, guys.
X's.
Oh, it's so old.
Everybody.
Okay.
So old.
Anyways, next thing.
There's no more next things. We gotta go back.
Yeah,
Ethics behind genetic manipulation.
It's not manipulation.
It's manipulation.
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 Manipulation
No,
of
you spelled
nipples.
it
Nipulation.
Thank you, Harrison.
Genetic nipulation.
Manipulation.
Nipulation.
Wow, I think we all know what happens if those biologists go and manipulate our nipples.
Manipulate our nipple.
Manipulate.
Manipulation.
This podcast is starting to go downhill.
It started to go uphill
It's
of the hill of entertainment.
Uphill,
Oh,
and then
no.
slow.
Oh, jeez. Now the dog is.
I thought we'd go through an episode without the dog barking.
He barked earlier. He already ruined it.
I know it.
Oh well.
He ruined it in the first 10 minutes. That's
How do
fine.
we like?
Avery, I'm scared to touch anything in your fridge.
Don't touch anything in my fridge. It will kill you.
How did Nipples get into this podcast?
They get everywhere. You cannot fight it.
Now it's funny because after the first
Like some guy
podcast,
named
Daryl
Nipples,
told me
like-
this today, but he
No,
said
there
a
you
couple.
go again.
Daryl said today after a couple hours of the podcast, he's like, I want to listen to another one. So when I told him that we're doing another podcast today, he was excited to see it or hear it, and I'm like, okay. Now I'm wondering what Daryl's gonna think of this podcast.
Oh my god.
It's just improved in quality.
Yeah, it's
Obviously.
because therefore that we've mentioned Daryl and everything copyright Daryl, everyone's gonna come flocking to our video now.
Oh my god, Daryl!
And of course it'll say in Daryl's viewer stream that he's watched and liked this video, and so everyone's gonna come check it out now and be like, "Yay, Daryl!" And then they're gonna be like #nipples YOLO.
You know what needs to happen?
Hashtag manipulation
Usually-
nipples.
We just need, like, in the
Manipulation.
tags for this, just tag all of the YouTubers we mentioned.
Yeah, tag everyone. Everyone comes, and then
Hashtag Wolf21 pack. Hashtag Luckland family.
#UberHaxNova, #The Creatures, #anyone else popular on YouTube
Ha-
other than us.
Hashtag manipulate. Hashtag manipulating nipples.
I believe.
Manipulation.
Okay, so let's get back to genetic engineering and ethics.
Yes.
Genetic nipples.
See, at first I thought, hey, maybe we could get into a cool philosophical talk about this. I could show this to my philosophy teacher.
Yes.
No, I'm not showing this.
I think Dylan and I ruined that for you.
good job,
we
you two.
definitely-
But in the
We can like try and do
Definitely
something really good editing on this and try to like just.
Yeah,
Or-
we
get-
have to say something
okay.
like Isaac, since you'll be like, fuck Kiwi. Kiwi, you guys.
Fuck nipples.
Kiwi, because you know those New Zealanders.
Okay, we will have a philosophical conversation for Avery to show his teacher starting now.
Okay.
Nipples.
Philosophy on.
All right,
Good
so
job.
everybody, it has been established that.
Nipples.
Dylan.
Okay, it's
How
not
old
funny.
are you again?
It's not funny.
You laughing at
It's just
nipples?
You show up
nipples.
everywhere.
It's not that funny.
I just thought, what? Like, you saw your. You're trying to.
Okay, fine.
He's dying over here. Okay. Oh no.
You're probably just gonna
Everybody-
hear like a circle of
everybody's
laughter
just gonna-
behind each other.
This podcast is gonna end with everyone laughing.
Is this totally decreased? It's just like no swearing, everything was fine,
And
and
then-
finally a couple F
Off
bombs
the
dropped.
cliff.
Nipple
No, but
manipulation.
imagine you like you're showing this to your philosophy teacher, and all of a sudden he hears in the background.
Oh my
Subliminal
goodness.
messaging again.
Okay. It's been
Okay.
established by the House that people. I'm being formal.
Yes. Yeah.
That people
Like,
we can change our DNA, and we've been doing that for other species of animals and plants. For example, sometimes unintentionally, since the beginning of time, we would pick and regrow food that we deemed most desirable. And as of more recently, we've changed such things like the genetic code for tomatoes to have a harder skin so that they can be picked by robotic hands, right? And so we change all these things. Like strawberries, they're naturally bigger, but they have less taste. But if you go to find natural strawberries, they're very small, yet they have more taste than any of those genetically modified ones. So this goes into GMO foods, and for people...
remember
This is the potential.
gratitude.
Now, just before I'm finished, humans have very many natural defects which we could fix, right?
Yeah.
That's all in our DNA. And one of the
Like
most, which I'd like to
nipples.
bring up, which is I think is a fair game for discussion because it's not like disease. A lot of people could argue that we need to succumb to certain diseases, right? But one that I think is important is allergies. Allergies are a pure defect
Oh.
because
Or-
here now.
Well, wait. Another defect.
I thought you were gonna say
Nipples.
no. I knew you were gonna say that, but I didn't want to say it just in case. Okay.
Well, the thing with reducing allergies are just an overactive immune response.
Well, I know, it is,
So
but-
targeting allergies to make it so that you don't have allergies, would that have the potential of
No, but-
destroying your immune system?
No, but if you were to basically carefully make your immune system so that you're basically breathing in, it's like, oh my god, oxygen, fight it, fight it! And your entire body inflates like a balloon, and you're just like, oh, well, great, now go to the
But then
hospital.
there's also people who like are allergic to water and oxygen, in which case they're stuck in like a concentrated cell of an oxygen like alteration
Well, if you-
thingy,
If you
and
think about
it's
it,
like they can't. They're basically like they suffer for their lives.
okay,
in a
people
sense.
with those traits are going to be selected out of the gene pool naturally through natural selection or
No, but
through,
natural
through
selection-
artificial selection.
I believe we could argue that natural selection is gone now thanks to the equity of civilization.
Mhm.
Because
But now we have
because
artificial
now we're
selection.
I know, but we're taught naturally now that we see some guy with like who has no legs, he's in a wheelchair. You don't go up to him and just let him die. Like, hey, hope you die because I don't want your deformed
Throw
genes
him
in the
off a
gene
bridge.
pool. Yeah, flip him off a bridge. We're like, no, that's like we have care. We help people with like mental disorders.
But now
we
we
try to help
still
them,
have
right?
selection, but it's now more of a societal selection.
I
with
love how
certain-
There still
personalities
is
are
sexual
tight.
selection.
I love how
sexual
Harrison
selection
has
is very
officially
much-
like started talking and getting really into this now that it's an actually
Okay,
like.
how about
this
you
is
be
an
quiet?
interesting topic.
All you've got to say is nipples.
Nipples.
Actually, I actually had a small tangent to go off of this, but I heard about like a little while back about some research about trying to be to try to choose what gender you want your child to be, and
yeah.
that something I found interesting was that if you I'm not sure of the statistics right now, but supposedly according to I forget which source or whatever, but we're able to keep somewhat of a 50-50 split of males and females. But if we put this in, then I'm gonna use this as a stereotype that I've heard of before, but people countries like China who want dominantly males, that could be
then you
throwing
have
off
no-
the balance.
People in China already do try and select the gender of their child by killing the child if they're a girl or giving them away.
Yeah.
So is it not better to make sure the child, if the children's going to be discriminated against based on their gender, isn't it?
I mean,
is there not a benefit
I mean,
to allowing
truly,
the
it's
child to
different.
be given a gender that would not be bad
Harrison
for them?
raises a good point, though,
That's
because
true.
because of this, that means in the case we're not basically actually stopping that life like we would consider an abortion. You're
Mhm.
actually just changing what their life will be.
It's
Now,
Is
now,
that just as
I am
bad?
I am
Now-
I am able to bring up I'm able to bring up philosophical and good conversation,
Good for
not
you,
just say
Dylan.
nipples.
You just said it.
You just said it.
You just said it. You were going
Damn
so
it.
well there, Dylan,
Okay,
but
now just one thing I want to bring up though, which is a big thing. Let's careful. We learned this in biology, and our teacher went on a tangent about it randomly.
tangents.
Yay, tangents. Gotta love the trigonometry. Anyways, so it really would matter perfecting the amount of chemicals you're giving these babies to, because this is a big problem right here. If you're trying to make the difference between a male and a female within the womb and such, when you have people who are naturally born because of specific pheromone deficiencies, women can be born who are naturally infertile because they weren't given enough estrogen, right?
Mhm.
So what if you give them enough estrogen to be born as a female, but now they're infertile? Or if you give them not enough testosterone and they're infertile, you can seriously actually mess up. You basically make half males, half females. and
Also,
they
that leaves a
literally
lot of open for
seriously
corruption
mess.
as well. Again, yeah, we're a female. You make this genetically creepy male that has a girl's voice or something. It's
That's gonna be really hard to.
No, okay, well,
Well,
no,
they
there's
used to do that.
It's
They
not like
used to
selective
castrate-
application
They
of
used to castrate
hormones.
little boys so they could keep their high
Yeah,
voices,
it's
so they were
like
good at
Karate
singing.
Singer.
yeah.
Also
yeah.
to make sure that they wouldn't get corrupted by females.
Oh, those crazy Italians.
Oh, you
Eunuchs.
Italians.
Here's actually the thing.
Eunuchs.
Because especially with castrati singers, that was a very Italian practice.
Mhm.
The French were just like, no, let the guys be guys, let them grow up, let them have sex, let them reproduce. Because
Oh, those French.
that's fun.
Yeah.
The French were
course
that's
the
what the
French
French
would
were
be.
about.
The French were like, dudes are supposed to have sex.
It's like
clearly.
If a guy becomes a tenor instead of a boy soprano, just let him have sex. It's fine.
And it's nice, calming raining sounds. I don't know if you can hear this. It's rain.
That is
Very
really-
nice
that is
Okay,
really
today
cool.
we were
So
supposed to
calm.
have our carnival, and it said it's gonna rain today. So our carnival, we were supposed to have a 2-hour lunch today, but it was pushed back into our regular hour and 20-minute lunch. And
Hour and 20 minutes.
we have an hour and 20-minute lunch.
We have less than an hour.
What? That's
I
so
protest.
unfair.
I call nipples on that.
Avery, you
No,
too.
no, no. We're gonna call it called
No.
the N word from now on, guys.
No, that's bad. That's bad.
People
That's
will get
bad.
Nobody bring up the
That's
N-word.
bad.
people will get confused.
No.
Oh, quickly, I just want
That's
to go back
so
on this
bad.
thing of white supremacy. This is just something I realized. It is a funny truth, all right? I don't know if I brought this up last time, but the KKK's leader is referred to as the Grand Wizard. Now, what's funny about this is that only a really, really white guy will think that's a cool title. Yeah, I'm the Grand Wizard. Deal with it. And everyone else who's not white, or is at least not whitewashed, is like, what the hell is wrong with you? You name your terrorist group after a... What?
Grand Wizard.
Are
I'm
you-
the Grand Wizard? Haha!
Are we in
name,
Dungeons and
I'm
Dragons?
so white.
I am
See, Harrison's
so
whitewashed
the
right
white.
now.
He's
not
not
white-
whitewashed.
He's not white supremacist. He's just really whitewashed. I went to Oakwood for a year, so I'm not whitewashed anymore.
Okay, it's funny because
I went to
we were at
I
school.
went to Oakwood.
We were
Oh,
at
for 2
we
years,
were
man.
at school and we if you guys know Gaziggle or Gazoogle
Stop talking.
Gazoogle, where you can like go to websites and you can change it into like that stereotypical like I'm not gonna try to be racist here, but that stereotypical black language where it's like yo dog that
Ebonics.
sort of yes
They call that ebonics.
yes that's what it is. I
There you
didn't
go.
know
That's a nice term for it. It's not racially specific.
Okay, yes, we get that.
Okay,
Keep
but like Daryl found like the KKK website and he put that in
They
the
have a
end.
website.
They have a
They-
website.
No,
They have
Are
an
they still
actual
a thing?
website.
Yeah,
And
they are still
they
a
have
thing.
a
They're
web-
still a thing.
They
They're
have a
trying to
website,
rebrand themselves.
and on the website,
Okay, let's.
they have a website,
What
and
are
you,
they trying to rebrand
no,
themselves as
no.
the Westboro Baptist Church?
this is the
friendly.
best. This is the best part. But they have a website.
Actually, they protested the Westboro Baptist Church. No, I'm not even lying. They
No,
did.
no, that's actually a true thing.
No, the KKK recently protested the Westboro Baptist Church
That is
protesting
almost-
stuff to gain favor. They're like, yeah, these guys are assholes, and everyone looks
No.
at them. No,
Look who's
you guys are
talking.
too.
You don't even know the thing, but on the website you can actually sign up, and it's one thing is, are you white?
Wow. Well, that I get. That's the whole thing.
What is your race? And then Denzel's like, I want to sign up.
I want to say
Denzel wants
that.
to sign up, and he's like, I am black.
That would be hilarious.
But like,
Okay.
I believe.
Just like an email response as soon as you sign up, like your request has been denied.
no. Your request has been accepted. Please come to this address alone.
Do not call
Okay.
anyone before you go.
Let's quickly wrap up the actual topic at hand because it's almost six.
I don't want to go home in the rain.
I'll
I
stay
actually-
here.
I
We
actually
should
have
just
to
make
get
like
back
an
to my
18-hour
school.
podcast.
Yeah, we'll just make an 18-hour podcast, and we'll all just like
the
sleep
longest
here.
podcast I've ever seen is like a almost 3-hour one. I'm not planning on
Let's
making
do
it
it.
3
I
hours.
do it.
I have to get to my school for
Yeah.
dance night.
Mm.
So
Sounds like fun.
This one's.
I had nothing tonight.
I have practice exams tonight.
yeah.
I have to
We're
go
almost
home
at
and
an hour
Yay,
20 minutes, which is
calculus.
almost exactly the same length ours
So
was
let's
last time.
let's just do like 5 more minutes on this topic and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say we should just do 5 minutes of laughing. Nipples.
Yeah, but
No
we
one's
said-
laughing at that anymore,
I know.
Dylan.
I know.
You're so old.
We have to find
Gosh.
something else.
That was so 5
like
minutes.
first there
I
was
know.
like sun chips in the cup.
Dr.
Now
Sun Chips.
Dr.
Then it-
Sun chips.
and
And
then
then
it was-
Rob Ford.
And then it was nipples.
It was
Rob Ford is still funny.
nipples.
Okay,
Rob
Rob Ford's
Ford is
nipples.
still pretty funny.
Rob Ford.
Why did you put those two together? Okay, so summing.
How is that even funny? Why?
All right, so summing up our podcast, we have discovered there's a video of Rob Ford smoking Dr. Sun chips, and he has nipples.
And we have a video complaining.
Wait, who has nipples? Dr. Sun chips or Rob Ford?
Dr. Sun chips is not a person; it's a slang for a drug.
and Rob
Who's still
Ford.
got
Rob
nipples?
Ford.
Oh, I
is-
thought he was the dealer.
Oh,
Rob
did you, ever
Dr.
see,
Sun
did
chips
you ever
was
see
the
that
Yeah,
video
he
of
was.
Rob Ford throwing a football and then just falling
Yes.
back?
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he throws it and he just falls back.
I saw that.
I forgot my umbrella at school.
All right, I'm just gonna close the windows upstairs.
I forgot. I like today we like I said before, we were supposed to have our carnival and they put it inside and shortened our lunch back to the regular hour and 20 minutes. And
Really?
It's so funny.
Really? It's not funny.
Why
Like Avery's gonna be listening to this way, and he's gonna be like,
You didn't.
No, but we were talking about like they put it, and I was so mad because they could have still had it outside, and it's like this shower, like this rainstorm was supposed to happen 4 hours ago, but it didn't, and I called it that it wouldn't, and they could have had the thing out, our carnival outside, but instead the school's like, hey, it might rain, so we're gonna put it inside and not use the dunk tank or anything
Hey, that's
like
the
that.
phone. This is really unprofessional. Why are you ruling? Oh, it's for you, Dylan. Your parents are really
Answer.
unprofessional.
Like,
Ugh.
yeah.
Nipples.
So quickly, well, he's gone. What ethics behind genetic engineering?
All right, ethics. Okay, basically, I think summing it up is that
Summing
there's
up.
a certain level of what you can change the world around you without
Yeah.
harming the ecosystem.
Do you think that it's like because the artificial selection has been going on for so long? Do you think it's a big difference now that we're doing it?
I think it's the fact that we're
Genetically?
accelerating it.
Yeah.
That's the,
But people like we were already choosing specific strains of wheat or specific.
but now we're doing it at a broader scale.
And-
With like, you're also involving capitalism in some cases, like Monsanto.
Well, I mean, the original artificial selection involved very basic forms of capitalism. This
But
form of wheat produced more money.
I know, but some of it was
There's a
just
monopoly
to taste
now.
better.
It's
right?
a monopoly now.
Well, so same with the genetic engineering. So they're trying to genetic engineer things that taste better.
It's
But
a matter
then
that
why
it's-
do those big strawberries taste so shitty?
Because it's so
Yeah.
hard to engineer something to taste better. Because there's so many chemicals that go into taste. There's no one gene for tasting good. That would be awesome if
They
there
could-
was.
I know, but there
isn't.
already was one in the strawberries. So what? They somehow
and
make
it had,
it
no,
bigger?
it had the perfect combination of genes, but then replacing them to make it bigger must have changed some of the genes that affect
it also
the
would have had
chemicals
like
that
the
they
right,
taste.
the proper sugar concentration in the.
Those GMOers.
Anyway, I think it's the problem behind genetic engineering right now is that we're doing it at an accelerated rate on a much larger scale, on a much more global scale. Whereas before, it would have taken maybe, well, I don't know, depending on the on what you were doing, it could have taken from like maybe a few months to a few years, but it would have only affected like a very specific area.
Well, but strain of wheat grown all over the world are created through
But
artificial
it's-
selection.
It started in one area, and then over the many years,
True,
it spread to
true.
the other places. Now we have.
Nipples.
And Rob Ford.
This just comes in. No, we have. Now we have certain species of plants, even certain breeds of cattle and sheep that are they're shipped all over the world. So
Mhm.
everyone's using these, and it's the fact that it's an accelerated growth of this
So
industry.
is it the actual manipulation
remember
that's wrong, or
grapples?
is it the globalization
Remember
that
the-
allows it to spread?
Harrison, remember
globalization.
that day in Spectrum when
Oh, yeah, the
when you-
grapple.
the
It's
Like
grapple.
they're apples that taste like grapes. Mind blown.
How do you-
They actually taste like
Yeah, they
grapes?
actually
No, they
taste
do.
like
And
grapes.
they smell
taste
like grapes.
They
candy.
smell like grapes and they taste like grapes and they're an apple. And I'm like,
Yeah, and guess
Whoa.
what when he showed Harrison? He said, "Get that abomination away from me." I remember that specifically because you did not want to touch it. It was really weird.
Alright, let's wrap this up now.
Okay, so everybody, we're gonna sign off with our gender bent names.
Is that what?
Or what?
Harrison and
Let's
Jude weren't here.
let's not do this. Let's go with something based
Original?
on
What we
Rob
did
Ford.
this time?
today's podcast.
Okay,
Ford.
you know what? We'll sign off with our.
no, we'll each say
We've got to sign off with our drug dealer names.
I was gonna say, oh yeah, a drug dealer names. I was gonna say we each have to say something that Rob Ford did stupidly and maybe a drug dealer name.
Let's just go with drug dealer.
Let's go with Rob Ford's drug dealer name.
Okay,
you already
so
know
this is Dr. Sunchips signing off. You want to buy
You're the
some?
only one with a drug dealer name. I'm not,
You guys can come
you're
up with
the
them up
only
to-
one with your.
Okay, how about we make up a formula so everyone can listen to it. It would be maybe your first pet's name and your middle name. No, and your
It's not even a drug dealer name.
no,
What
but
is
you
that?
just have to come up with strange combinations. I don't know. I can't come up with this.
This isn't the
Let's just go improvise these.
Okay.
Okay, I don't want. I'll go last. I already went.
I don't want to. Yeah.
You're totally.
I'm looking at Jude because I know he has something
Clearly,
amazing
I
up
think
there. Oh.
This is either a rap name. I'm not sure if it's that good of a drug dealer name. My drug dealer name is Big T Hippopotamus.
That's actually pretty good.
Or you can call me Big Tippopotamus.
Isaac.
This is Isaac saying goodbye. My drug dealer name would probably be NIpplez.
Really?
I would-
What do you deal?
What do you think?
he deals Rob Fords.
No, he deals in like illegal breast milk.
Deals in estrogen.
Like breast milk with like a dash of Bacard.
Okay, Dylan.
Um,
there you go.
Disgusting.
Horrible.
See, I was trying to go.
Quality going down.
Oh, no.
down.
Quality dropping.
You know, what?
Audience.
You know what? Let's just sign off with our regular name.
This has been
Fine,
Avery
my
Boy.
name is Jude.
Actually, it's not. That's a lie.
It
Isaac,
is.
go.
Let's all yell our names.
This has been Isaac.
I was Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and please leave a like at the bottom. And this has been DRL from DRL Gaming.
No, you're not monotone enough. Hey guys, Daryl here.
Guys.
No. Hey, no. Hey, what's up, guys? Daryl here.
Thanks for watching my video. It's not my. Bye. Daryl here. Okay, Harrison, you can sign off.
Oh, bye.
Have to follow that up.
See you later.
I still think we should all just sign off laughing.
Well, someone has to say something
Okay,
funny
well-
and spontaneous.
Yeah, it has to be spontaneous. You can't really. We just
Yeah, no,
wait
you
until we
can't-
have something funny.
Prompt a laugh.
I know.
I'm just gonna wait here till you say something funny or someone does something stupid.
Why?
Like you
But
mean like put sun chips into glass?
No, that didn't work, Dylan. Nice
I think
try.
that was good. That was good.
I think it sort of worked okay. It was
It was a reference.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah!
This sounds really stupid. What are we even doing?
Stupid.
It's thunder.